Kia ora, and welcome to day 5 of MonthDone and a month of mindful moments with tangling. Yesterday we did a lovely flowy sea wave, a very gentle tangle. And from our gentle tangle of sea wave, we'll have got to some points on the edge of this page, which I'm going to transfer onto the page next to it. Day 5, I can feel. And with these points, we're going to start a new tangle. I want to have a bit of focus on this tangle because we want to expand it. It's Keeko by zentangle.com. And here, where these sea wave marks finish, is where we want to start the top and the bottom of our edges of our page for Keeko. Keeko is a woven tangle, and one that is very dear to my heart because it involves a look of weaving. I have here a little Maori kete, a little woven flax or harakeke, which has been dyed beautifully and woven together in different spaces. You'll notice here that the weaving starts small, or actually it finishes small and goes to the bigger at the bottom of the kete. I now want to do that similar type of thing where we're going to expand our Keeko as we go across our page. So let's just start with these 3 simple lines. Between the dots that we've got on the page, I'm just going to draw a curve. And then I'm going to draw another curve. And then a third one. And then a fourth one. To the top and the bottom of these, I'm going to draw a curve again. But I'll just change the rotation of the book and draw my 4 curved lines in a perpendicular direction to the ones before. And then I'm going to now, keep the perpendicular, and I'm going to go up the middle one here. Then I'm going to rotate my book and do the same curves as I did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rotate the book as I branch across the page or across the spread to get across. And each time I'm going to move across, do my 4 curved lines, then rotate my page, my journal, and go 4 in the other direction. I'm just going to use the page spread and this bind down the middle to give me a junction between my spreads. And as you notice, as I'm going across, I'm just getting slightly bigger each time with each set of 4. Just as we begin to expand the Keeko across the page. And when you get near, one of them just needs to end with a curve. I haven't got room for 4, and that's fine. Once I've got that initial line of Keeko left in, it's time to draw the ones at the bottom or the ones at the top. And each time I'm going to draw a slightly curved line, and another, and another, and another. Once you've got your initial line going across, people may find it easier to do the same repetitive curve against each of the alternating blocks. A curved line, and another, and another, and another. And then I'll rotate my notebook and do the curved lines the other way to join up my woven Keeko. think this tangle is really beautiful with slightly curved lines, but if you've gone for straight, that's fine too. I can do the same repetitive strokes, little curved lines on the top of the ones that go horizontal. These lines are vertical, but you can use the direction from the horizontal lines below to tell you where you're supposed to draw your Keeko. And you can see it's got a little bigger as we've gone across. And then I'll fill in the 4 curved lines between. It's a good idea to do 1 line of Keeko going across, and then use that line to then build your next weft. If weaving terms, the threads going up the way or vertically would be the warp. The lines going horizontally or across the way would be the weft. And then we have to do our shading. And this is where I want to go, where the shading goes under, the lines disappear under the other ones. So you can see here I'm popping the shading on the ends of my lines, but I'm not going over the lines, the shading on the other side of those lines. If I do the middle one first, you can see where we are. So I'm alternating as I'm going across. If this shading is on top of this line, this shading is below this line. If this shading is on below this line, it's on the top of this line. So where the lines are disappearing behind another line, that's where you pop your shading. And then I'll take my tortillon and just gently blend the shading out just on one side. That way you leave a dark shadow underneath where the lines disappear, and just blend it gently into the space. And always with Keeko, I find that when I've been doing this, I realise I've missed a whole gap of the shading. That's okay, I have plenty of time to put it back in once I've blended the shading that I have put down. That makes it very obvious where it's missing. You'll notice I'm just blending out on one side of where I put the graphite down. And so at the edge of my next page, I'll have one curve here. Yours might be in the middle, or it might be at the top and the bottom. It doesn't mind either way. You can still have fun wherever it is and how it's going to go on the following day of our journey. But in the meantime, make sure you've got all your shading with your Keeko, and you'll find that your weaving has come alive. If you like to finish off, you can then take a line that just bumps across and gives your tangle an edge. Maybe it's the edge of your kete too. So our prompt today is I can feel. So when we have shaded our Keeko, it gives it the texture of over and under. So look out for something around you that has a little texture to it. Perhaps you might want to reach out with your hand and concentrate fully on what it feels like under your fingertip. Perhaps run your finger slowly over that texture and focus on just your fingertip. Slowly move it. Feel that texture fully. And then run your finger on your own arm. Feel the difference between them. Swap between them. So next time you need to focus, simply touch your arm and focus on the feel under your fingertip. Perhaps make a difference or a note here on the differences between your skin and the texture that you once held under your fingertip. If you have just used a single day, single page, perhaps you can write these differences here underneath your woven Keeko. But for now, here I am, and our journey through this notebook. Notice the texture that you have drawn today, and join me again tomorrow.